And if you start to feel your mind go somewhere else or start thinking about somewhere else, you bring it back onto your breathing. And it's really cool. It's really simple. I never thought about it before, but it really does help. Just like only focusing on one thing for a little while. My mom always struggled with anxiety, but I was kind of just like, okay, I'll be here to help you, but I don't really know what you're feeling or experiencing. But my sophomore year of high school, my dad was actually diagnosed with brain cancer. So from that moment on, it was kind of like, it wasn't a slow development. It was just like, boom, I have anxiety.
When I think of anxiety physically, I think of being in a meeting and knowing I have an answer to a question, and like I can feel it burning inside of me. Like my heart is racing, and like my palms are sweating, but like I can't answer. And like the second I leave the meeting, I have all this energy, like there was something holding me. And like there's nothing. It's just myself, and like there's no words to it. It's just like this. You can label it as being shy or nervous, but like I know it's not that.
As a woman in particular, like I feel like especially like in the workforce, like I always feel like I don't just need to like meet the role like where it's at. Like even when I'm searching for a job application, I feel like I need to be overqualified and over succeed.
It's difficult because I'm young, I am a person of color, and I have anxiety, and so it's just like, how do you put all these things together and also still come out successful and professional and look like you're put together? Like, what does that look like? And it's very difficult. It's a lot of me in my office just having to decompress a lot.
Whenever I do have high anxiety, I tend to want to talk about the situation so that it makes me feel better. And both my brother and my father have anxiety, so whenever I start to talk about it, they start to talk about it more.
On all of my to-do lists, I've also put like smaller goals on there too, like drink water or take a shower or wake up by a certain time. So then it's like, if I don't get the big things done, I at least have some things to cross off of my list. So I even consider that self-care too. Just congratulating yourself on like the small wins.
The biggest thing I learned is that in different situations, like different techniques worked for me, or just that sometimes techniques didn't work at all for me, you know? So it was more of like a learning process of like the combination of medication and techniques that like functioned for my life the best.
Like I want to write, and that's something that like helps me, and that's something that like can like, get me out of my head, because things on a paper make more sense than things just in the back of my mind.
Anxiety has always been like, I imagine it is like I'm like swimming in an ocean and like I think I'm at ground level.
I'm thinking hurricane.
Suddenly like I'm too deep and like I'm drowning and like sucking in salt water.
The person does stand at the center of that hurricane, but one wrong move or one outside element or anything can affect them, and then they can get tossed into the rough waters and start spinning out of control.
Things like the breathing exercises and like the meditation and just like the mindfulness, those kind of things would help me get back to shore. But like the physical feeling, like if you've ever been underwater and like it's choking you, like that to me is the same as when I'm thrown into a social situation that like I haven't mentally prepared for. Like I feel my throat closing up and I feel like extremely uncomfortable, and like the only thing I want to do is get out of it.
It does take a lot of training and I guess some guidance to be able to like stand firm at that center, and just try your best, I guess, not to sway. Yeah.
I started to learn to not expect so much of myself, because when I just expected myself to be able to perform in a certain way and be this certain person, like I just always came up short. And so just not letting myself pretend that I can be the most enthusiastic, outgoing, personal person ever. Sometimes I just need to cut myself some slack.
I mean, I would just say that it comes in waves. Like there will be times where like you really struggle with it, but you just have to really focus on the work behind it that can get you like to the great times.
As a woman, just always be there for other women. You don't even have to like be best friends with them, but I don't know. I've grown into this person, like a woman who loves women and supports women and just like be a champion for each other, because we really don't have to fight it alone. So